Let me show you how I took this Zoom interview, this one right here, and turned it into this. Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jewel Tolentino here from Essetino Media, and on this channel, I show you how to create profitable content. All right, so let me show you how I edit Zoom interviews. So Zoom is super convenient. It's a meeting software, it's an interview software, and a lot of people use it to conduct interviews that they then take and put on YouTube. So this is what a typical Zoom recording looks like. You know, you have two windows side by side, you have this like black space here up and down, and then you have like a little name here. And this is what people typically take and then they put onto YouTube. Now I took this boring Zoom interview look. The interview itself is not boring, it's just the way it looks is boring. I took this and I turned it into this for my client here. My client is Darla Ledoux from Sourced, and we manage her channel. And so I wanted her Zoom interviews to look really good. So right here, what you're looking at is my Zoom edit that I did for this particular interview. And if you are doing this for yourself or clients, once you set this, you can actually save it and use it as a template for the next interview. So let me run through my Zoom edit. I like to layer things in a particular way. The first one is usually music or background. There's no music in this interview, so the first line, track 1, is the background here. Now this, you can see, is a moving background. It's an animated background. And I branded it specifically to her brand colors. And so this is a dynamic background. And if you don't know where to find dynamic backgrounds, it's going to be in the Camtasia library. So in media, head over to library, and you do need Camtasia 2023. It's going to be in the dynamic backgrounds. And this particular one is called line gradient. So I branded this to her colors. This is the gold that she actually uses. This is the purple that she actually uses. When this dynamic background is flowing through the interview, you can see that it's going to be moving around to her colors. I have the interview right here, so let me just play a little bit of the beginning so you can see what it looks like in action.
Hello and welcome to Shift the Field TV. I'm super excited to be here with the fabulous Hannah McKittrick. Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
I'll tell you a bit about Hannah.
So that's how the interview is looking visually, and I love it. I love the look of this interview. So that's track number 1. Track number 2 is a black shape that I put behind the zoom. Now you can see if I remove it, it makes a big difference. You can, remove the black completely off of the Zoom edit. And if I had just left it like this, to me it seems like there's something missing. So I feel like this adds a little bit of the detail that I'm looking for. Now you might be thinking, oh, well, there's already black border here. Why didn't you just leave it here? I couldn't leave it from the original Zoom edit because the name, right? If I had left a little bit of the black border here, then the names would still show up, but I removed the names because I want it to be cleaner. I don't typically like how Zoom puts the name in the bottom right hand corner there. I don't think it's visually appealing. I don't think it looks good. This I feel like looks way better. These little name badges down here, which are up at the top, which I'll get to in a moment. So that's why I had to have a separate black shape put behind, so I had to crop this completely, crop it out. All I did was take this, go to the crop tool, crop it right down to the edge, and then same thing from the bottom, crop it right down here, and then move this to center, and then I added the black shape behind. So that's that. Next here is the actual interview, and you can see that there's a lot of cuts happening because I've turned this interview into a jump cut style interview where I remove mistakes, dead air, awkward pauses, glitches that happen. Now I will say that I do this part after I've branded everything. I set everything first, and then I will go through and make all of the cuts. This interview was way longer. And after I had all the beautification done, that's when I went through and chopped it up. Next here we have my client Darla's logo, which is right here. I played around with different placements. Originally, I was going to have it off to the side over here. But for this, I liked it right dead in the center. I think it looks really good. And again, everything is matching. The gold here, the purple, the way that it flows through. Everything is cohesive. And then the next here are the name badges. So all I did for this was from annotations, and I have this in my favorites. It's this one right here. It's the one where there's text and there's a block shape and it's got rounded corners. So this is where I'm going to put the host and the guest's name. Now for me, I don't like making this very big. I actually like having them quite small, and I center it to the body of the guest. So what do I mean by that? I mean, I actually look at their shoulders to make sure that it's generally staying in the center. Like, yes, they're going to move around and things like that. I don't actually center it according to the zoom, rectangle here. I follow the body of the guest because sometimes they might be sitting off and it'll look awkward for me personally. So that's why I always look at their shoulders and I center their name in between their body. For each of the name badges, always make sure that you spell their name correctly, double and triple check. People don't like their name being spelt incorrectly. And then I've also added a shadow behind each name badge here. So you can see I've gone down and I've added the shadow, which can be found in the visual effects tab right here, the drop shadow, and I just have the names displayed throughout the entire interview. Last bit here is the subscribe button that comes up here. So the cool thing about Camtasia 2023 is they actually have this in their library. So if I head over to media, go to library, make sure it's set to Camtasia 2023, and I believe they have it here in channel kit, which is for YouTube channel. And this one right here, it was the subscribe bell. And again, I've branded it to the channel, to Darla's company logo and everything like that. I just want to keep everything cohesive. My client is, a business professional, and we just want to keep everything nice, clean, and professional looking. So once I've gotten all this, it did take me a bit, to go through all the colors and try out different things. But once I had everything, I don't need to redo this every single time. So I actually saved this as a template, and I've saved all the different pieces here. So you just right click and you go add to library, and I'll just put something like Darla background, and I created her own folder because I want all of her assets to go over there. So I just click OK, and now I have the background saved, so I don't need to redo the colors every time. Doing these little things to save time is really going to help. And if you can learn a skill like this, you can attract a high-end client that will pay you a good amount every month for you to run their YouTube channel, if that's what you want to do, if you want to be a video editor. So that's how I edit my Zoom interviews for my clients. If you found this video helpful, please let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. And if you want to upgrade your Camtasia skills, I encourage you to get my Camtasia course. It's basically like an encyclopedia of everything that I've learned with Camtasia. I've been using it for 10 years now. There's over 10 hours of content. The course gets updated periodically, and you will always have access to it. The link for my Ultimate Camtasia course will be down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.